Ladies, we are live. I am going to just pull my mic up because I am wearing my mic today. It can get a bit scratchy. There's lots of sanding and different things going on around my house at the moment. So I have got my mic on and I am with the lovely Anna. Anna is one of my clients. We have been working together for quite a while. And last week I was thinking to myself, you know what, I should jump in and I should do a tapping video for the group on money stuff, on clearing money stuff, because I recommend it to my clients all the time because it is such a powerful workaround. And then I thought to myself, well, hang on, I'm actually not an expert at tapping or EFT. It's something I do, but I'm not an expert. And I have committed to honoring my own zone of genius in this lifetime, and that my specialty is definitely that healing of the programs and the patterns at that cellular level. And so I thought, well, who is an expert? And Anna was the first person who popped into my mind. So she has very generously offered to come in and run a tapping session for you all today. So Anna is a kinesiologist. She is an EFT specialist, among many, many, many other things. She is a woman with many talents and tools in her tool belt, and she helps people heal their addiction to stress. And you know, we all know that money is one of the biggest causes of stress in the world. So let's heal and clear some money stress together so we can receive more and be open to receiving more healing and creating more wealth and abundance in our life. So, Anna, I'm going to hand it to you. I'm going to turn my mic off and I am going to do some tapping with you.
Oh, wonderful. Amazing. Welcome, everybody. So thank you, Sarah. I think you summed that up brilliantly. I often talk about through the lens of healing our addiction to stress, and stress can come in many different forms. And what I love about emotional freedom technique, also known as EFT or tapping, is that it really helps us to connect in with identifying the stress, the stressful thoughts, the drama, the traumas, the triggers that are coming up. And it allows us to connect in with that and really tap into the subconscious part of the brain to say, hey, we recognize what's happened in the past. It's okay. You know, we don't need to be running in a stress response during that time. Let's calm down and yeah, integrate the process, integrate the story that we've been told or sold, the patterns, interference, and all those types of things. And it also allows us to really reprogram to a new way of being. So I find it's just a wonderful tool to help support you on your journey, really clearing out those subconscious belief systems. And it's a wonderful modality that, you know, obviously working with someone can be, you know, really help because we don't always know our blind spots, but it's just something that you can use at any time. So, you know, during the course of Sarah's amazing, you know, money stress healing and all the things that come up with that, now we can use tapping as a way to identify or even work through the stuff that comes up with us, because the mindful awareness piece is great, but what do we do with it when we feel a bit icky about it all? So what I'll do is I'll give you a quick run through of what the process will be. But with EFT, I just invite you to keep your eyes open and I'll get you to repeat after me. So there's no rules or rhymes or reasons, and just follow along. Don't think that you have to memorize everything. Just, yeah, I will guide you and show you the process. But the way we start is using a setup point. So I'll start by tapping on here. And then I'll just quickly show you, we will move to the points on the front of the body. So there's one on the inside of the eyebrow. Here, we tap here. Then we tap on the corner of eye. Then it'll be under eye. Then we go to under nose, under chin, so right here. Then we will have our collarbones. So if you just notice the tip of your collarbone, just sort of just going in, say like 1 centimetre or so into that first little dip. It'll be here. And then we will have under the arm, which if you just sort of pop your hand in front of your breast and slide over, it's right under your arm there. And then finally, the points will be from the top of your head to your hairline. So we just sort of go up and down along there. And that's pretty much it. So I will guide you, as I said, keep your eyes open, will probably be a better thing for you. I will go through the process of what we'd call a purge, talk about all the stuff that's going to come up, what we're feeling. Then I'll invite us just to take a moment to connect in, and then we'll do like a reprogram, a beautiful way to refuel us into a new way of being. So if you've got any questions, just pop them in the comments, which I may have to get Sarah later on to let us know. But I'll just get you to connect in though first, and just uncross any legs or any arms. Gently close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose. We'll hold for a count of 3, 2, 1, and then just let out with a sigh of release. And I'll just invite you to connect in with the energy of what we've been going through these last few days together. When you're thinking about money, what does that bring up for you? Notice where you can feel that in your body, the stress, the worry, any anxieties that come up. And we look to bring ourselves probably in a state where we're almost looking, oh, that's feeling like an 8 or above out of 10. I'm noticing, it's feeling a little bit incongruent, a little bit stuck. And then we'll start using the EFT process to help reduce that. So it's always that constant reminder of connecting within, what are we noticing that's coming up for us, and then looking to change and heal that. So when you're ready, just open your eyes. Okay, and we'll get started. And just repeat after me. Even though I'm so worried about money, even though I have all this stress around money, I know everything's going to be okay. Even though the thought of money feels a little bit heavy, it makes me feel a little bit sick, overwhelmed, guilty, shameful. I'm ready for a new way. Even though I worry about money, where it comes from, where it's going, what to do with it. I know I'm a great custodian of money. And I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Okay. So, eyebrow. All this worry, all this stress. Corner of eye. Just feel so much. I feel so guilty. Under eye. I get so worried about money. Where's it going to come from next? And who knows? Being a business owner can be a hard gig sometimes. I don't know where my money will come next. Unsure. And that really freaks me out. It's not consistent. I'm always thinking about it. Collarbone. Makes me feel guilty and greedy and brings up shame. It makes me worry about what I'm charging. Is it in alignment? Or am I only charging because I think it's what I have to do? Underarm. So I feel tense. The energy feels stuck. It feels heavy. On head. And so I avoid it because it feels so overwhelming at times. I just focus on being of service. But when bills start coming in, or when I go to open up my bank account, it all comes flooding back. Makes me feel sick with worry. I'm not sure what I should be doing. Sometimes it's easier to think, I'll just go get a job. Because it's easier to know a consistent amount coming in. And on some level, a validation of what I'm worth. And it just makes me feel comfortable. I don't have to worry. But I want more. I desire more. I know that there is more available to me. Because I know when good people have money, amazing things can happen in this world. I know that I can receive more money. I know that I'm ready for more. I just can't go past these blocks. And I don't know what to do. So I'll just invite you to take a deep breath in through the nose. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and just let go. Out with a big sigh. Give yourself a little bit of a shake. And just connect in and see how you're feeling. I would invite you, if you're noticing things that are coming up for you, that this is probably something that you could continue tapping on. Journal it down and use the tapping to help release and get rid of all the stuff that's coming up for you. But what I'd like to do now is call in a new way of being. So we get rid of all the awareness and all the yucky stuff that's coming up for us, and let's start calling in a new way that we want and encode that into our brain, into our subconscious. Okay, so we'll get tapping again. I celebrate my awareness, and I'm ready for change. I'm ready to receive more. More abundance. More love. More comfort. More nourishment. More nurturing. And more money. I'm ready to tap in and be grateful for what I have. There's sometimes gratitude can be hard to embody. I'm releasing any tension, any overwhelm, anything that makes me feel stuck when it comes to money. I'm ready to receive. All the way down to the cellular level. I'm aligning my body, mind and spirit to the frequency of mindful abundance and wealth that comes from a space of alignment. I'm ready to connect in with my body and to feel good about money. And to be open to new opportunities. I'm ready to open my bank account with ease, curiosity, and connecting in with my intuition. Knowing that the numbers are just information. Does it need to be set up or connected to my sense of self-worth? I'm worthy. I'm aligned. And I'm deeply connected to myself, to my inner knowing. And from this space, I connect in with my next steps. I can embody my intentions. And by listening to my intuition, I will be guided to my next steps. And come from a space of abundance, compassion, resilience, stepping into my CEO role. I'm capable. I'm confident. And I'm amazing at what I do. Feeling good about money. Receiving it. Spending it. Circulating it. And have respectful containers for it. Releasing any old patterns, past agreements, vows or contracts, anything down my ancestral lineage that's holding me back from money. Ready for a new way of being. I am ready to receive. I am abundant. I am worthy. And I am love. Okay. Again, just put a hand over your heart and close your eyes. And just take another deep breath in through the nose. Holding for a top of 3, 2, 1, and just letting it go. Just notice how you're feeling right now. Notice how your heart's beating under your hand. Connecting in with this space. And just programming in that I'm ready to receive. It's my time now. And I'm ready for the next step. And when you're ready, I just invite you to close your eyes. Open your eyes. And see how you feel.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Anna. So I have a couple of questions, if that's okay.
Yes.
Okay, so we've got a couple of people on. We've got the lovely Michelle and Lulu. And interestingly enough, they both have the same thing, which is spending money on themselves. So I don't know if you remember in the masterclass last week, Michelle, I did some one-to-one work with her, and she shared that she's making money. She's making good money in her business. She's got an abundance of clients. Clients just come to her. She doesn't even have to market herself because she's so good at what she does. but she really struggles to spend money on herself. And then I was having a chat to Lulu on Monday, and she had realized that she has the same thing, right? Like really struggling to spend money on herself. So she bought herself a new computer, and she spent $200 more on the pretty one. Doesn't have any more functionality, but it just looks nicer. And she never ever would have done that before. So that particular tapping session you just took us through, I mean, that was for someone who was really like stuck in the money stuff, like really struggling to generate money. And, Lulu and Michelle aren't. They are, creating money in their business, and Lulu supports her whole family. She's told me that she brings home the bacon, is what her husband tells her. Mm-hmm. So, in a case like that, they can change the words. Yeah. So even though I'm making great money in my business right now, mm-hmm. and I'm doing really well and I'm on track, I still have these blocks. I struggle to spend money on myself. Why can I only buy myself Kmart clothes, or whatever it is? So that's one thing. And I personally do, because when I do tapping, I tend to find a YouTube tapping video. And if the words are not quite right for me, I just change it to suit myself. Another thing that I do with tapping is actually sometimes I just close my eyes. And I mean, I know the points really well. I've been tapping for years and years. And I just close my eyes, and I don't even sometimes repeat. But you've specifically said, keep your eyes open and tap. Just, do you want to talk me through that? And is it okay to sometimes keep your eyes closed, to not like, yeah. I'd love your thoughts on anything I just shared. I kind of just went, bleh.
No, beautiful. I said to keep eyes open just in this round of people who aren't familiar with it, just so they can see the process and get familiar with, okay, I don't have to. A lot of people with tapping, it's almost like there are no rules. It's like, this is the guideline, this is the recipe, so to speak, but you can just focus on one point. And there are many other different points, but let's just say the collarbone point, or if there was one in particular that felt comfortable for you, because they're all they're all points linked to different meridians and different energy systems within the body, and they all represent different things. So you can close your eyes, and exactly as you said, you don't even have to say anything. Even just the feeling can be, enough just to tap on. It's like, I recognize this feeling, noticing that that's just the energetic charge, and I'm choosing, okay, tap into that, and just see over time it'll just dissipate. So that's what we're doing. You can have your eyes closed, they don't need to be open. So, you can play around with it and see what works comfortably for you. Some people maybe just want to hold the point, and that's fine as well. So from a tapping point of view. Now with the whole thing of, choosing to spend money, it's like tapping on that now. Choose a point. We can just stick with the one point. It's a bit easier than having this all over my face. And talking about that, I'm feeling guilty about spending money. Have a think about when you're walking into, I know we're going to Kmart, and they can be great for some things, but going into a shopping centre and going into, Decuba or Witchery, stuff that's got some nicer items, more high priced, and just thinking about that, what's the thought of going around in your mind? Just feel that, because is it a piece of worthiness? It's okay for me to have nice stuff. By spending money on yourself, is that taking away from something or someone else? So I would invite you to have a think about the experience going in. If okay, I need to buy some new clothes, or want to, invest in getting some new photos on the website, or a new design and stuff like that, whatever that could be, just tap on it first. Go, I need to do that, but that constriction. Awesome. Okay. You can either write it out or just start talking and tapping. Just go, I know I want to do this, but I'm noticing a resistance. Sometimes you don't need to know, but as you're tapping and you just talk it out, something will just come in. And I would invite you to say, okay, well, where do I feel it in my body? Okay, I'm noticing it in my chest or in my arm. Could be something really random, and that's okay. We're just bringing awareness. There could be a memory that just comes up for you. You know, or even still recognizing that we're in that stress mode of, you know, when we're first starting, you know, Lulu, okay, I'm bringing home the bacon for the family. That's a lot of pressure as well. Like, oh, you know, so I need to save, or I need to ensure I've got enough money. So it comes into all those pieces, as you mentioned, Sarah, like having the barefoot investor. Well, do we have containers for ourselves? We know this is the income coming in and this is for the bills. You know, even looking at profit first, as you know, that is a similar form of containers as well. We've got enough money put aside for tax, enough for business expenses, enough for our bills or take home pay. And from that, oh, there's enough for me in a splurge, or not even, a me account, or, you know, what brings me joy. You can rename it to what you want. Perhaps for some people, you feel more comfortable doing that rather than this all money gets pulled into one account and we don't know what's going on. So sometimes it may need a bit of that awareness. What are my numbers actually saying? And they're just information. And it's like, okay, I've got my pools out and I've got this sum of money here. What do I really want? And for some people, is it the clothes? Or maybe, you know, I don't like, because clothes aren't a big thing for me. And I like that. And it's not the cost. I just like the piece, whatever that is, whether it's $20 or $200. What I really enjoy doing is actually just going out and having great food, having an organic box delivered to me. Really identifying in what brings you that joy and what you're willing to spend your money on as well. I mean, you might say, oh, okay, well, that's sort of where the different pieces go, and get curious with that.
Awesome, thank you. So another way you could use it is if you're lying in bed and you can't go to sleep. That's you could just tap, like that's a great spot, even though I can't go to sleep and I'm really tired. I'm so annoyed right now. And I'm stressed because I can't sleep. That's another one. I also heard someone say that, you know, when they go on, just before they go on stage to speak, they get really nervous and they just do this. Or you see swimmers in the Olympics doing this before. I mean, you know, Olympic teams and sport teams are integrating this in because they know it releases that stress. And when we're in a state of stress, that sympathetic nervous system is turned on, that it's a fight, flight, or freeze mode. That is a stress response. And what I love about tapping is it switches on that parasympathetic nervous system. And when our parasympathetic nervous system is on, we are more relaxed, our system is more open, our cells are more open, and more of the healing that I send my clients can be received by them. And this is why I tell them to tap, because it's such a great workaround. It keeps their cells open, they can receive more. And then, you know, we can, you know, sometimes I talk about it, sometimes the more complicated genetic patterns and programs take a while to clear. And we want the cells to be open while that's happening. So let's tap and let's heal and clear in that way as well. So for some people, tapping is really effective. And for other people, it's, you know, it could be journaling. Journaling is not my thing. But for some people, that is an amazing, you know, that's an amazing release. So there are many, many paths to the temple. You choose the ones that work for you. If tapping is a path that works for you, Anna is going to drop some links, a link below where you can find her, where you can follow her, where she's got some tapping videos. So if you want to do some more tapping, if you want to integrate it into your life, into your workarounds, to really shift and move things forward and support the healing, definitely follow her. Another one just before we go is I love this one. So I love and I can never say it, the forgiveness mantra, the Ho'oponopono. Like, excuse my but I love tapping to that. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. Like, this is such, like, combining those two little tools together, I find is really, really powerful. And also, thank you for the gifts I'm receiving. Thank you for the gifts I've received. Thank you for the gifts I'm receiving. Thank you for the gifts I've received. So really bringing in that gratitude piece before you've received. So being grateful for what you've received in this moment and also what you are going to receive. Okay, anything else before we finish? I feel like I just talked a lot then. Anything you'd like to add before we just close up for the day, Anna?
No, I think, yeah, we've probably covered everything between the two of us. And yeah, just play with it, get curious, and just know, just like, no, I don't even know what this does. But if you take one thing away from it, just, choose a point and tap on it. And it just helps, again, shortcut and bring you to that next level, clears through sort of stuff underneath. Some of the research shows that after tapping, like, you're sort of open for the next few hours. So, then incorporating, depending on your business, like you might just in the background heart frequency music, have that in the background encoding, some gratitude just to help bring that in, and together, like all the different pieces just working beautifully. But yeah, the more we do, again, as we go through that, it's going to be all different levels of stress, and there's no right or wrong. And as you say, there's all different paths to temple. Some trigger, everyone's going to have a different trigger point, and that's okay. Just get curious with it, notice, tap, do it before bed, do it before listening to, the recordings, and just helps supercharge and get you to that next level. So if anyone's got questions, please feel free to reach out. I'll drop out some contact details, but it's
drop some comments before. I've seen there are some comments in there. No questions though. If you do have questions for Anna, drop them below. She will come back, and just tag her in the comments so she knows, and she will be more than happy to respond to you, I'm sure. Thank you so much, Anna. You are amazing.
Thank you.
I love you. And yes, we will see you all again soon. Have an amazing Wednesday afternoon. Ciao.